If this is the growth that you're looking for your YouTube, then these are the three pillars that you have to base your videos on. You have to base your efforts on. You have to base everything on. Hello, everyone. If you guys have reached here, that means you guys are also like me. I like to learn everything new every day. I need a bitter dose of learning. So that's how I figured out what my passion was when I was really, really confused back in school. But is my passion cricket? Is my passion football? Is my passion badminton? Is my passion basketball? What is this that I really want? Then I finally figured out about myself. The boss, my passion is about learning. So I crave learning. Hashtag student for life. Hashtag randomly curious. All right. So since my channel is new, what I wanted to learn is how can I really improve the reach of my videos. So that's why I thought let's start digging deep about how does the ranking of YouTube work. So here what I have learned, I am presenting you here in this video. So yeah, learn along me. Let's get started. So I've gotten some really good YouTubers who made some really good content on what is all about YouTube algorithm. How does the algorithm can be beaten up? What are the things? What are the hacks that you can do? Three major people that I've really learned from YouTube itself. Yeah, they're the YouTubers. One is Jeevan Dorsey. The second one is Mr. Brian Dean, and the third one is Satish Kea videos. So all three of them, I thank you for your information that you've put out on the world, so that noobs like me can really understand and start figuring out. So all of the information that I've learned, I made notes, and after making notes, I put them in a presentation so that you guys can also learn along me. So the whole idea of YouTube runs on YouTube algorithm. What we'll be trying to do is we're trying to dig deep on what are the objectives, what are the goals, what do people want, what does YouTube want, and everything about related to the YouTube, what I could understand from my days of research. I have made a lot of work to build a kind of presentation. I really hope that you guys like it. So yeah, let's start. Understanding the YouTube algorithm is the core thing that we want to do. Now, what is my objective of creating this video? Whatever I have learned about YouTube, whatever I have learned about YouTube algorithm, my whole objective is to give you as much as information as possible in this video so that you are not left with any more questions, or even if you have some questions for me, you can obviously use the comment section below and write down some comments where I can either search for your answers or I can directly answer if I know any of them. So my objective intention is very clear. I want to give this to you directly so that you learn something new today, so that you learn how the YouTube works out, so that this is a value that probably you can take out of this video for your time that you're giving it to me. So since my objective is clear, now what does YouTube want out of the whole YouTubing experience? There are content creators, there are brand deals. So the whole objective of YouTube at the end of the day is to maximize people's time spent. The more the people on YouTube, the more the YouTube makes money, the more it can pay to its content creators. So simple objective, it just wants eyeballs. And once somebody landed on the website, YouTube wants them to stay for infinitely long time on YouTube. That's the whole objective. So if you land on YouTube for watching a video, now it will suggest you more, so it wants to consume your time, it wants you to be on YouTube. That's the objective of YouTube at the end of the day. If I don't know anybody from the YouTube, but I'm sure that this is what the discussion in their board meetings or in their bigger meetings is, that how do we retain more and more people on our platform? And somebody raises a hand and says, oh boss, it's the content that's gonna help us out. It's our objective. So let's give a platform to content creators to create this kind of content for us. So since you're clear now, what is the objective of YouTube out of everything is to have maximize people's time spent. So what do we want as content creators? I'm a starter and somebody who's already been doing this for 5 years. I think both of us, our objectives are aligned. We both are looking to maximize the reach as possible. We want as much as number of people to learn from our video, watch our video, or probably get entertained from our video, but the objective remains same. No matter which domain or niche you're trying to create your video, the objective is always reaching the maximum number of people possible in whatever language you perform. If I'm performing or doing this in English. So my objective or my reach is looking for a global audience. If you are doing a regional language channel, then obviously you want to reach the maximum number of people there in your region. So objectives are clear, whether you're a new video creator, new content creator, or you're an old, both the objectives are this. So learning how to get this in a most optimal way is what the video is going to be about. Before I start, I will be trying to address one problem, give it solution then and there in my presentation. So if you are looking for a specific problem to be addressed, you can skip to that section of the video. Okay. Now, if this is the growth that you're looking for your YouTube, then these are the 3 pillars that you have to base your videos on. You have to base your efforts on. You have to base everything on. Is number 1 objective is be visible. Number 2 objective is get them to click. Number 3 is once they are clicked, you have to retain them till the end of the video. You have to retain them with the content. They come back again for the next video. If you manage to get one cycle clearly for one consumer, let's say he saw your video, he clicked on your video, then he watched your content. If he's watched your content in a complete video, then you can say that this guy knows about you. He's aware already about you. He will come to you for more video, or YouTube might suggest him that, okay, oh boss, you have already seen this video. You want to see more videos of this content creator? Why don't you see this? So the first and foremost, you have to be visible. Then once you are there, you have to get them to click. The third very important thing is once they click on it, you cannot disappoint them. You have to really give them what they were looking for. Your content needs to be good. All right. So let's take one individual point and then deep dive in it, and then we'll try to address what is the challenge, how it is, and how it can be solved. What I have learned till now. So be visible. The second name for be visible is the discovery part. How do you get somebody to discover your channel is part number 1. So YouTube has 2 different places where a new content is discovered by any of the users. One is search, where specifically somebody is searching for something. How do I comb my hair? How do I cut my hair? What is the hairstyle that suits me? This all keywords are search oriented. So this is where your search video comes in. That is one place. The second most place where about more than 70% of the content is watched is suggestions. So suggestions are primarily at 3 places: your homepage, your at the end of the video, and then either on the right side of the video or the below the video. These are the 3 prime places where actually the suggestions appear. Now we need to address both of them. How can we optimize both of them so that we make sure suggestions or the discovery of our video pushes up? Now, so I've listed down all the pointers or the hacks on the right side where you can see. So search optimization. Now we know what tags are, we know what keywords are, we know all of these things, but how do we use them really makes difference. First and foremost thing in mind, whenever you write a keyword, you have to, or whenever you write a description, or whenever you write about your video, is you need to understand that the algorithm needs to understand what it is. You gotta be very crisp and clear when you instruct the algorithm. Boss, this is what the video is all about. This is what I'm going to talk in the video. Imagine you are going into a big store and you say, hey boss, this is a product that I've brought to you. The person who took the product from your hand is totally confused. Now imagine you say, hey boss, this is the product. Now I know what the categories that you have. I know the categories that you sort your products with. So now this is a C category and you got to place within B column and D row. If you tell him like that, his job becomes very easy. This is what you have to do with the algorithm. You have to give him a very crisp and clear instruction so that the algorithm can read and pick up what you are talking about. It should not be anything random. It should not be too broad. So strategically, how do you write your search tag? Is number 1, your search tag should be super niche. You got to pinpoint what it is. It should be a sniper niche. Then the second strategy tag should be the synonym of it. The meanings of both the tags are the same. However, it's like beating around the bush. You're not pointing at it, but you're beating around the bush. So these are the second type of tags that you got to do. The third is a broader segment. if you are doing a video in which you're trying to say how can you do skipping, at that point of time your broader interest is fitness, but fitness includes so many other kind of type of content. So the second hack or tip or solution is whatever your niche sniper tags that you've used in the tags description, make sure whenever you write the description of your video, you gotta include those tags. A minimum of 2 to 3 times is well advised in within the first section of the video. Another thing which is not in the presentation, but I'm kind of putting it out to you, which is your description should be more than 100 words. If you write more than 100 words, it becomes easy for the algorithm to understand or decode what you have done. Simple as that. There's no manual efforts involved in YouTube. It's a big company. It's all algorithm. So the easier you make a job for algorithm, easier it becomes. Simple as that. The same thing I'm repeating. Now, the second important thing is suggestion optimizations. How do you optimize your suggestions in this part? If person A who watched the video is happy with the video, YouTube takes up as a suggestion and he says, okay, I have to show it to B, C, and D. So you have to make sure that your person A, which landed on the video because of your own network sharing or your own sharing on whatever the messaging platform that you use, now this person made sure to engage with your video, which I called as engagement signals. So this engagement signals gives the algorithm again the pointers or the data channels that this content is good. People are commenting, people are liking, people are subscribing. So I think person A or a set A or the number of people categorized in set A like this, I think I need to shoot it to B, C, and D also. Maybe they will also like me. Because at the end of the day, my objective is to keep people on YouTube. Second one, in suggestion optimization, embed your videos. So if you are doing a video, if you run a website, if you have friends who run your websites, then it's probably the best to put down videos on their websites, on their pages, write a content on this. So the multiple channel it sees as a proof. The people from different places are really coming onto this video. It might be something good. Third, the interactions of set A with your YouTube video results whether it will be suggested to set B, C, D or not. Now here comes the third point, where the set A number of people that you sent out the video to need to be people who are really either in your network or people you know closely, and you gotta make sure that they will engage. Let's say you see one person who went on a road trip previous weekend, and now this guy uploads a video. Okay, hey boss, this is the video of the top 10 places that you can visit on a weekend. And you post it on this group, which is followed by a lot of Bangalore weekenders or people who literally like to travel in the Bangalore. It's a community. Now this community who was anyway wishing to go out, there if you share your video, it will be a really value add, and the chances of engaging to your video is much more higher. You can really emphasize on them to comment, subscribe or like. It's just the micro hint that the algorithm gets from the users that the content that the creator has created is pretty nice. So on that note, if you don't mind, it's just 2 clicks, one subscribe click and like click. That's all I ask in return of the video or in return of the information that I share. Also, if you are too generous, there's a link below in the comment section where you can buy me a glass of juice. Moving on, the second objective that we had, once YouTube suggested your video to a person, how do you make sure they click on it? There are 2 things that we can do. One is a catchy description, the other one is irresistible thumbnail. See, for an example that I've given, Arnold Schwarzenegger leaves the audience speechless. See the emphasis given there. Why 2% succeed and 98% don't? That's completely something that I have highlighted in the red. See the photo of Schwarzenegger there. It's such a tempting thumbnail plus the description that is put out in this. But how do you do this? How do you make it catchy? I think the solution to making it catchy lies in the skills of copywriting. Now, copywriting is an ocean full of information I cannot add in this video. But if you guys want me to make a video separate on what copywriting is, this is something that I do for a living. I am a marketer. If you want me to make a video, put this in the comments below. I will try my best. If it's like a audience demand, why not? I can try to make a video on the copywriting separately. Other than copywriting, there are some of the hacks that I put down on this list down in the video, which probably should be helpful for you all. So number one, the hack is use brackets and parentheses to give an insight. Now here, let's say your video is about this. This is what you wrote in the title, but then you put on bracket and say, hey boss, this is what you were waiting for. This is what you needed. This is what you need to see. This is why you need to see this. It's like a personal tone. Search shows the people who use this had 30% more conversion than others. Number two is don't shy off using emphasis on the capital letters. If you are emphasizing on a word, use capital letters. Like this guy uses, Arnold Schwarzenegger leaves the audience speechless. The third one is try to keep thumbnail copy video. So the point here is that you're getting this much amount of space. It's like a real estate on any website or any digital app. It's like real estate of digital medium. Now this is the space that has been allotted to you. Why would you want to waste the space by using the same copies? So that is why you use two different copies. You try to use two different copies, and while using it, both of them should be your game, your most loved copy or your most attractive copy that could really help you out. Now the fourth is use catchy colors. Your colors of a thumbnail can be really catchy. Your text on the thumbnail colors can be catchy. So these are some of the hacks where you can really get that X factor to people to click on it. Now let's imagine that you were successful in pushing it out to set A, you were successful in getting suggestions, you were successful in getting people clicked on the suggestions. Now your third problem starts. Now your third problem is about user retention. Now your whole objective here is to retain a customer till the end of the video. The only thing that really matters at the end of the day is what is the content that people really wanted to learn from you, what is the content that people really wanted to see on your video, and how satisfied are they till whatever the length they have already watched a video. That is the whole point. The other factors, the secondary factors that really involve your production of your video, how clear it is, how nice your audio is. So these things really matter. When it's a poor quality audio and a poor quality video, people really tend to shut off. But when it's a super great quality and a good quality, I don't think this matters that much then. So a good quality is acceptable. A poor quality is not acceptable. People will drop off your video. The other point is, how do you stitch a story? Why did you start? Why did you do? How did you bring this in? What is the main pointers? When is the right time? At the end of the day, everybody wants to hear a story. Everybody wants to hear what you're saying. That's the whole point. And your editing of the story really matters. So some of the tips that I've kept for you, you guys are pretty smart, must have already read ahead of time or ahead of what I am trying to say. Anyways, so tips are: A, research what you want to do. Research if this is something people are looking for. Go to Google. Google will tell you a lot of things, that is this what people are searching. Edit your video properly in a way that it's story. So a hack here is to give a 10-second or a 5-second punch point in the start, which retains your customer to that point where it actually occurs in the video. So people open the video, as soon as they open, they see the punch, and then they see the intro, and then everything at length. So that intro really keeps them grounded. If you have noticed this, whenever a trailer is launched, the 5 seconds of the trailer is put, then a black screen, and then the trailer starts. So this is a psychological hack which you guys can also use. Third is make your video as dynamic as possible. You gotta change some cuts, you gotta zoom, your video should not be statically sitting as it's sitting. It should have some kind of motion, or you should be walking them through to different phases. Now I have a bonus tip to share with you guys. How do you really get that thing going? The bonus tip is, whatever you're making, try to anticipate what is that people are going to search for. Try to anticipate what is that people might want. If Dussehra is coming, if Diwali is coming, then I can anticipate what are the kind of videos worked last year around this October month or previous month. What are the kind of videos will be searched again? Should I do that? If there's something new happening this year, would people be searching for that new thing? Should I already prepare myself and create a video on that? Is something that you have to ask yourself. If you even slide 1% even think that this is the kind of video that people would be expecting, then go for it. At the end of the day, it's the market, it's the people who are going to decide your fate. You cannot just think and stop from doing something or not do something. That's the idea. So this was my bonus tip that I wanted to share with you all. since this is also my start of the journey of YouTube. I would love if you guys also show me that engagement sign so that I also kind of feel motivated to bring out more such content. If I am even slight bit helpful in generating probably curiosity or giving you a value or giving you the information about complete YouTube in this presentation, do give me a thumbs up. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel as well. It's nothing for you, it's just a click. All I would want is to bring better and better content, give you a lot of information in a short span of time, and try to help you out. And that's the end of this one. So in the description I'll add all of the pointers of, or in the description I'll add links of all of the sources that I have learned this from. Why don't you support them too? They have really done a hard job. Go to their videos, watch their videos if you want, which might be of more help to you. And if you like my content, if you like what I'm doing, and you want to appreciate me, there are two ways of doing it: either donating your 2 clicks or buying me a juice. The link of everything will be in the description. Thank you. See you for the next video. Till then, always stay curious, always be student for life. See you in the next Learn Along Me video. All right.